Welcome to Binge News. Here's everything we know so far about Stranger Things Season 5, summed up in one video. We will talk about Season 4 spoilers, so be warned. In a statement alongside the release date for Stranger Things 4, the show's creators, the Duffer Brothers, said, 7 years ago, we planned out the complete story arc for Stranger Things. At the time, we predicted the story would last 4 to 5 seasons. It proved too large to tell in 4, but as you'll soon see for yourselves, we are now hurtling towards our finale. Season 4 will be the penultimate season and Season 5 will be the last. Here are some points we know about Season 5. The first episode will be called The Crawl. Writing Season 5 has officially begun and Episode 1 is already finished. Filming will reportedly begin at some point in 2023, which means a late 2024 release date could be likely. The fifth season's storyline will also take place entirely in Hawkins, with Will Byers as the main focus. Season 5 will echo the vibe of Season 1, but on a much bigger scale. The season will reportedly feature no new characters, according to the Duffer Brothers. More on this, later in this video. To start with the most important question. When will Season 5 be released? Well, that all depends on when the season begins filming. In August 2022, the Duffer Brothers confirmed that they have started writing Season 5, and in a profile with British GQ, David Harbour hinted that filming is set to begin at some point in 2023. In an interview with Variety, the Duffer Brothers said, "Don't hold us to it, but the gap should be quite a bit shorter this time due to the fact that we already have an initial outline and we can't imagine there will be another 6-month forced hiatus." Harbour also hinted that it could take around 8 or 9 months to film the final season of the show. Fans will likely have a better idea once the production actually begins. There's currently no confirmation on exactly when filming will begin on Season 5, but hopefully it shouldn't take as long as the wait for Season 4. The latest reports suggest that filming could begin in mid-2023, around summertime. As any fan of Stranger Things will know, every season starts with a little bit of a time jump. In another interview between TV Line and the Duffer Brothers, they said a lengthy gap is almost unavoidable because of the ages of the younger actors. Quote, "I'm sure we will do a time jump. Ideally, we'd have shot Seasons 4 and 5 back to back, but there was just no feasible way to do that." Do you have any guesses on how long Season 5 finale will be? The length of the season is unknown, but the Duffer Brothers have said the final episode of Season 5 will last at least 2 hours, but sadly not as long as the final episode of Season 4. In another interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Matt Duffer teased that the finale will be pretty massive. As said previously, the first episode of the season is called The Crawl. Now, what the hell does that mean? Does it reference Vecna's crawl away from the Creel house after being shot out of the window by Nancy? Does it reference one of the characters crawling into the Upside Down? Fans have a theory that it could refer to Dungeons & Dragons' Dungeon Crawl, which involves the party navigating a monster-packed maze. With the hint from the Duffer Brothers that Season 5 will be moving pretty fast when it opens, could the characters be heading into the Upside Down in the first episode? So what will actually happen in Season 5? Viewers have now learned about Vecna, his history, his origins and his connection to Eleven. And now that we know he's still looming over Hawkins thanks to Will's senses, Season 5 will obviously continue that storyline. Oh, and there's the small matter of the Upside Down now breaking through into Hawkins itself. In an interview with Variety, the Duffer Brothers teased that the remaining mysteries of the Upside Down will be the main focus of Season 5, including the significance of the Upside Down being stuck on the date that Will was taken back in 1983. We don't actually resolve that this season, but it plays that moment where they realize it's frozen in time, they said. It's a huge part of Season 5 and so, we just wanted to just put it out there, and get people talking about it and thinking about it. At the end of Season 4, Hawkins has been torn into pieces by Vecna and it's now home to a huge gateway between the real world and the Upside Down. The Upside Down now appears to be spreading throughout Hawkins, as we see in the final scene where Eleven walks out into the field by Hopper's cabin to find the grass and flowers dying. Teasing Season 5 on the Happy Sad Confused podcast, Matt and Ross Duffer revealed that there will be none of the usual character setup we've grown accustomed to over the past seasons. It's gonna be moving. I don't know if it's gonna be going 100 miles an hour at the start of 5, but it's gonna be moving pretty fast. Characters are already going to be in action, they're already gonna have a goal and a drive. However, seeing as it is the last season, the Duffers have promised that the show will take time to wrap up character arcs. A lot of these characters have been growing since Season 1, so it's a balancing act between giving them time to complete their character arcs and also tying up loose ends and doing our final reveals. Season 5 will also take place in Hawkins, echoing the vibe of Season 1 but on a much bigger scale. It's going to feel a lot larger in scale than Season 1, but we want to go back to a lot of things we did in that season, A lot of original groupings and pairings. There's something nice about coming full scale, the brothers teased. It's gonna feel bigger than season 1, much more massive in terms of the stakes and the scale, but we want to revisit a lot of things we did in the first season. Adding to that, Matt and Ross also revealed that season 5 will be a culmination of all of the seasons, so it's sort of got a little bit from each, whereas before each season was so distinct. 3 is our big summer blockbuster season with our big monster. 4 was the psychological horror. Ross continued. I think that what we're trying to do is go back to the beginning a little bit in the tone of season 1, but scale-wise it's more in line with what season 4 is. Hopefully it's got a little bit of everything. Elsewhere, season 5 will likely delve into what actually happened to Max. Max was almost killed by Vecna in the season 4 finale, but she came back to life and is now in a coma. 11 appeared to have revived her using her good memories, but the season ended before that was explained. The Duffer Brothers have now revealed that the fact that Max is in a coma will be incredibly relevant to season 5's storyline. That season, and the fact that she's in the coma, I can't really get into the details, but it is important that she is, Matt Duffer teased, and that is going to have a major effect on the upcoming season. It's not a cheat, it's incredibly relevant to 5. In November 2022, the Duffer Brothers teased that the show's ending will incorporate some old ideas they pitched for season 2 that never ended up making it into that particular season. For season 5, we're pulling from a lot of those big season 2 ideas, they revealed. A lot of our big ending stuff has pulled from stuff that we thought was going to be in season 2. While they didn't reveal exactly what they were pulling from their leftover ideas, they did tease that they were revisiting and reworking a lot of the stuff that they originally pitched to Netflix. They also added that their original ending has now changed and what happens in the final season is different to what they originally envisioned. Even the ending is a little bit different now, added Matt. A lot of the big ideas are the same, but the stuff that happens within, it's very different. Noah Schnapp also recently teased that the ending will come full circle for Will. Speaking to Forbes, Noah said, I think they did a great job with Will's character this season, and beautifully addressed everything they needed to. The way they closed the show is just perfect. The story started with Will, and it'll end with Will. What do you think the season 5 cast would look like? Basically, anyone who didn't die could return in season 5. And to be honest, anyone who is dead could also pop back up in flashbacks or Vecna's visions. The Duffer Brothers have explained that they're trying not to add any more new characters to season 5. They said, we're doing our best to resist adding new characters for the last season. We're trying not to do that so we can focus on the odd characters, I guess. Are you excited for season 5? Subscribe to our channel for the latest updates regarding Stranger Things.